This will be depends on the our designs and our drawings, right? So whatever we have the studied now subjects in order, like surveying, and after that planning and designing, planning, and after that again analysis, after that again designing. So in the design we'll get the section size and reinforcement and everything details we'll get in that. After that again we'll do the estimation of the uh, project. So again we do the estimation of the project. We do the costing, rate analysis. So for example, we have the concrete as on today, we have the per cubic meter, we have the rate is the 5,000 rupees per cubic meter for M20 grade. But it will be changing day to day, because cement rate is not fixed, and steel rate is not fixed, and manpower rate is not fixed, and everything, every rate will be changing day by day, and it will be changing month on month and year on year. So that's what we keep rate analysis separate, and quantities that won't be changed, because once we finalize the design, and quantities were not going to change anytime. So that's what we keep the estimation of the quantities separate, and rate analysis will be doing based on the whenever we are going for the construction, we'll consider that rates on that day. So for example, for the government projects, we have the SSR. So SSR means standard schedule of rates that given by the government of respected state. So based on that rates, we'll consider that rates, and we'll do the rate analysis, and we'll finalize. For example, M20 grade is the 4,500 rupees per cubic meter. So we'll consider that rate only for the all government projects. I think you got my point. So quantities won't be change, right? Because today is the rate is the 4,500 rupees per cubic meter of the concrete, and as on today. But if it is, this project is delayed for the two years or 3 years, so quantities will be the same, but rate will be changing, right? Today, whatever that 4,500 rupees is, again after 3 years, that may be 5,500 rupees or 6,000 rupees per cubic meter for same M20 grade, because of the hike in the price, like cement and manpower and material cost, increasing the material cost, and it will be impacts and the rates. That's what quantity of the project is same, but rate will be changing. So that's what we are separating the quantities and rate. So whenever we required, we are multiplying that quantity into rate, so that we'll get the final cost of the project. Based on that only, we are going for the tendering. So sometimes in the private sector, we won't consider the rate analysis, but we will take as a reference only. But we'll give the only quantities to the contractors or empaneled subcontractors, and we'll get quote for that. For example, these are our quantities, and you need to quote whatever you feel like. So based on that, whatever we feel like a good quote, and they will maintain the quality, will award to that project to that concerned company. So like that, these are the two types of practice in the industry. So government projects, they will definitely consider SSR rates, and that quantities will be freezed, and based on the respected year SSR, that rate analysis will be done, and based on the final cost of the project will be coming, and based on that final project cost, they will going for the tendering. For example, as on today 2020, as on date 2020, these are the quantities, and this is as per rate analysis, this is the rates, and this is finally 1,000 crores of the project, and you quote how much you are going to do. So that is the one type of tendering in the government. And the second one is in the private sector, we do the quantities for that project, and we open for the tendering. So these are our quantities for execution of this work, how much you are going to quoting. That is the one type of the practice in the private. So next one is the construction materials. Now we discussed about the analysis and design and concrete technology. In the concrete technology, we have the generally this is the materials. One is cement or binding material. For example, if you are going for the other sectors like roads, there we use the binding material as a bituminous. In the concrete, we are using as a cement concrete. Binding material is a cement, but when we are going to the bituminous concrete, bituminous is a binding material there. So like that, whatever may be material, that may be binding material, that may be bituminous or cement. So we are generally calling as a binding material. So here another one is the coarse aggregates and fine aggregates. And apart from that, we have the flooring materials like marbles, granite and tiles. Like that, we have the other materials also. Paints, wood, steel, and other material related to the false ceilings. So these things will be the under construction material. We need to check the quality and standards, and with that standards, what is the rates that we should be familiar in the industry, so that only we can compare with the different category of the material and with the specifications and what is the cost. So like that, cost comparison analysis will be done, and we choose the best one, means which confine to the standards as per IS standards, and with the less cost, less price, we will be finalizing the materials generally in that way. So next one is a construction practice. So whatever we are using the technology now, so like cranes and machinery, other like earth related machinery or equipment, and lifting whatever the material. Now we are seeing this girders and cranes, and like that we are using so many machinery in the construction practice that will be discussed in the construction practice, and what type of scaffoldings we are using, and different types of scaffoldings, and different types of the temporary and permanent measures, and like that so many things will be discussed in the construction practice. So that we have the separate subject that will be seen in detail. Next one is the construction technology as well as the management, construction management. We have a separate subject, construction management. So in that, we'll be discussing about the planning and scheduling of the project. So this is project planning, and not as a general planning. It is a project planning. So project planning means, for example, while tendering, we give the time, specific time. For example, this 36 floors building should be completed in the 270 days. So they have the given clear timeline, and they have the budget will be decided in the bidding. So whoever the won of that bidding, they should be completed within the 270 days. If they are completing that within 270 days, they will be getting bonus if they are completing prior to the deadline. And if it is they are completing beyond the schedule, they will be penalized. Means they will get penalty. So like that, they will be given clauses in the tender documents, and whoever awarded, they should complete before the deadline, so that they will be benefiting in terms of bonus, as well as the they will get the project complete control in the project duration. So for that, they use these techniques. That is a management techniques. You will be discussed in detail. That is a CPM, critical path method is there, and PERT method is there. So based on the two techniques, we have the softwares also there, like MS project management is there, and Primavera is there. These are the general civil engineering softwares used in the industry. That Microsoft project planning will be used for the other projects also in other industries also, like software and other segments also. But Primavera is exclusively for the civil engineering, and even we are using the Microsoft project planning also. So whoever thinking about construction management, they should be familiarized with the softwares and basics of the CPM and PET. Right. Next one is here we have the different roles and responsibilities that we are going to discussing. I will show the levels of the hierarchy or levels and hierarchy in the industry also, so that you will get some idea. Right. So generally, these are the typical. These are the departments in the construction. So one is a construction department. There we have the site engineers, site supervisors, and other technical people will be there. And next one is the planning department will be there. Now we have discussed, right, CPM part and construction management, whatever we are discussed. That is a plan that will becomes into the planning department. And we have the one more department is the safety. Safety means personal safety as well as the project safety. They will be taking care. So while coming to the personal safety, so when they are constructing, their target is that no more incidents or no more accidents. So that is their target of the safety people. So for that, they will be asking for the personal protection equipment wearing. That may be shoes and gloves, helmet and goggles, like that. They will be they will be giving to the whoever working in the site, and they will be monitoring, and they will be responsible for that. And again, we have the project management. Quality control is there. So what is a quality control and how it will be related in our subjects is that quality control is a main subject is that our concrete technology. Just now we have discussed, right? Concrete will grades and how it will be depends on the proportions. So like that, here is a quality control is they will be taking care about that. While whatever the designed in the concrete for different sections or different elements of the project, they will be taking care and they will be assuring that. For example, for columns M45, they given in the drawings or design. So they need to assure that they should be M45 grade and above. So for that, whatever the test required, they will be doing before and while and after. So these will be quality control people will be taking care. So means before construction, they will be doing some test, and based on the proportions given, whatever the material acquired in the site, meeting the criteria or not. So for that, they will be making the samples and testing. And when they feel that that will be confined as per the standards and meeting the requirement, they will proceed for the project execution, real execution. So while execution also, they will be taking samples, and they will be tested again. And after that, completing the curing period also, they will be testing again to ensure that whether they reach the target strength or not. So like that, this quality control people will be doing the all test. Generally, we do in the labs, concrete lab or material construction material lab or strength of material lab. Generally, these things will be done. That is a quality control department. Whatever they are doing here as a academic, we are doing in the strength of materials lab or concrete lab or other material labs. Like we have other, material labs. So these things, whatever we are doing, procedure is the same, and standard specifications may be different according to the relevant department and relevant state and relevant country, and the relevant codes depends on the where we are working. So these are the activities of the quality control people. And the next one is the quality assurance. Generally, quality control and quality assurance will be the same department, that is called as a QA/QC department. But we have separate specific roles for the quality control and quality assurance. But in India, the quality control and quality assurance will be same department that will be looking after the these quality control people only. All right. So again, we have the accounts department, and we have the management also. So these are the typical departments in construction. So in these departments only, whatever we are working, that people maybe working as a site engineer or planning engineer or safety engineer, or they into the management, or they are into the quality control, or they are into the like that. We are working in the different levels. So that levels is that here we given. For example, if you are working as a, this construction, first we join as a trainee. After that, we after coming experience, 1-2 years experience, will become as a junior engineer, and again 3 to 5 years experience we called as engineer, and again after 4-5 years senior engineer, again 2-3 years deputy project manager, again 2-3 years project manager, again 3-4 years project in charge. Like that, based on experience and our performance, and this will be levels will be changing from train engineer to the director level. So right, so these are the levels in the each department. That may be construction, that may be planning, that may be safety, that may be quality control, that maybe accounts. But these are the hierarchy. First they are joined as a trainee, and they will be become as a head of the department or director level. They may be reaching the director level. So these are things when you are starting in planning. Same thing: trainee, junior engineer, engineer, senior engineer, deputy project manager, project in charge, and head of the department or director level. So these are the more or less same in the every company. And you can ask any queries or any questions, because we need more interaction session, so that you will be get clarified your doubts. And so that is the idea. So whoever want to ask questions, they can unmute and ask clearly, so that I can clarify your doubts. So these are my contact details. Anyway, you can contact anytime in your lifetime. So I'm available to help you people. So I think you got the oral idea about the buildings, because right. So here in the starting, we given the subjects list, right? Yeah, here. So when we are considering a 1,000 crores project, or we are building a 30 floors, 40 floors buildings, and we want to construct, means these are the subjects and these are the areas generally in the field. One is the surveying is the area, and drawings they develop, what they will be doing by the some other set of people, and planning they will be the some set of people, and soil and geotechnical investigation they have separate set of people, and building planning they have separate people, and structural analysis they have separate people, and designing separate people, and steel structures they have separate people, and drawings reports preparation they have the separate people, for estimation and costing separate people, and for tendering preparation, tender document preparation and tendering they have the separate people, and surveying marking they have the separate people, and construction materials and they have the separate people, procuring materials and quality control, for that they have separate people, that is a construction material. And construction practice, we have the separate people, and concrete technology, that is a quality control, just now we discussed, right? Like that we have separate people. Construction management, like we have discussed CPM PET, and for the planning, project planning, we have separate people, and mechanical, electrical, plumbing, we have the separate people, and for the maintenance we have the separate team, and repairs and retrofittings, means after completing the project also, for many after completing 10 years, 20 years, we'll get repairs, and we need to do the fix that problems, that may be leakages, that may be cracks, that may be structural issues, that may be anything, that will be covers under the repairs and retrofittings. So like that, we have these many types of set of people will be there. So you choose where you want to work. You want to work in the surveying, or you want to work in the geotechnical, or you want to work in the drawings and reports, or you want to work as a structural, architectural, or you want to work as a structural engineer, or you want to work as a this thing only building plans or planning, or you want to work as a designing people, or you want to be work in the quality control, or you want to work in the estimation and costing, or you want to work in the tendering, or you want to work in the only materials. We have the different materials. For that we need to identify, means source identification and quality control and source approval. Like that we have the so many things is there in different projects. So again we have the construction management. So like that we have the different options is there in the projects. So you decide yourself where you want to work and where you fits and where you perform well, and you have where you have the good knowledge in this one. So you choose one subject or one topic and go through in detail so that your career will be the best. So that's what I request you people, that you have for this, you have any questions and doubts, you can raise your voice or you can unmute. You can unmute and ask the questions. And if you do, people don't have any, questions or queries, so that we can conclude, or we can close the session. Just confirm me anything, because
Hello, sir.
yeah.
Sir, is there any major importance of construction management subject in civil engineering?
Major?
Importance.
Yeah, we have definitely. Without project planning, we cannot finish in the time. If you take your life also, if you are
Sir.
not, if you are not planning properly, then you cannot finish your task also.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what we have the deadlines in the right. We have the two types of deadlines. One is the time, one is the money here.
Sir.
So one, if you have given the 180 days, 270 days, we need to finish that project in the given time. Otherwise, we will be penalized or we will get attracted to the fine. So that will be implication, right? That's what we need to finish in the time. For that, we need planning. That's what that is more important in execution.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, please ask. Somebody, Bharat is raised hand, but you can open your, you can unmute and ask the question. I think please record this webinar, means maybe it will be automatically recorded, I hope. So we can share to the people through YouTube and WhatsApp groups. Yeah, I will be sharing in the groups, right? No issue. And any another questions? Any doubts, any clarification, any suggestions you want to ask, you can ask freely. No issue, no issue. Can you write your name and where you are from? I mean, in which institution or which organization? Can you type in the chat box, everyone, so that I can know the where you are from and which year you are studying or where you are working. just type your name and where you are from, means your institution and which year you are studying, or if you are working and which level you are working in the organization. Yeah, Praneeth GPT Warangal. Bharat K, KIT, Karnataka. Meghana from Warangal Urban. Good. So from second year to fourth year and who already completed, so good participation. So I guess you people got some idea about the curriculum. So in our civil engineering curriculum, we have almost 40, 45 engineering subjects. In that again, we have the broad classification like general subjects, like maths, physics, chemistry, and English. So these are the general subjects. And again, we have the general engineering subjects. General engineering subjects means it is common for the other engineering, other disciplines also, like civil, mechanical, electrical. So those are the subjects is engineering mechanics, strength of materials, and electrical technology, mechanical technology. Like that, we have the common subjects for the civil, mechanical, sometimes electrical. So these are the general engineering subjects. And again, we have the engineering subjects, core subjects, means exclusively civil engineering subjects, what we have discussed half of the subjects now. So like that, concrete technology, structural analysis, and reinforced concrete structures, estimation and costing. Like that, we have the exclusively civil engineering subject, that is called core subjects. And apart from that, we have the few more subjects also, that is the management subjects. So that is called construction management, and other whatever the subjects is there, management subjects is also there. So these management subjects will be useful when you are into the became a management after 10-15 years experience in the industry. You will be become as a part of the management. At that time you will be benefited. And these general subjects and general engineering subjects will be the interdisciplinary that will be useful anytime in your career. So whatever we are studying, every subject is important and that will be useful in any point of time in your career. So means when you are starting, you may be you may get exposure or need of the 2-3 subjects. After that again 2-3 subjects, and after that again 1-2 subjects. And when you are becoming management, then you require management subjects. But orally, this curriculum is designed for entire your life or entire career, whatever the things required, it will be given in your curriculum. Because you won't again join and you cannot read all these books and you cannot complete the course. So that's what they given the everything in one time, and they will be sending out whatever the things required in real time scenario you need to utilize. If you are in quality control, you have to use the concrete technology. And if you are in the structural analysis thing, you need to work on the structural analysis. For that, whatever the methods we have and what are the softwares we required and what are the other options available, you need to explore that one. But basic idea and basic things will be given from this curriculum. And remaining in the industry is the practice is different. That should be work according to the IS codes and other codes. Maybe if it is in road sector, we have the IRC, Indian Road Congress codes is there. Like that, you need to work according to that codes and that standards. You need to work, right? Anyone have any doubts?
Sir,
Yeah.
can
Yep.
you say the difference between analysis and designing?
Yeah, just now told you na, you did not got that one point.
No, sir. Once, sir.
Yeah, analysis is that we are calculating the forces, like wind force is there, earthquake force is there, and loads from self load and live loads, whatever we are getting. The loads and forces, we are calculating forces and movements only. In that, for that we have the different methods, right? From starting from the moment distribution method and last finally Canis method we have, right? So what we are doing in that Canis method? Which year you are studying?
Diploma final year, sir.
You are into diploma. Okay. So this will be comes in engineering, Amma. You will study in the engineering. Engineering, you will be studying in structural analysis, right? In diploma, then they may not have the structural analysis part, but in engineering, you will be studying the structural engineering, structural analysis. Designing, you have in the designing, right? In diploma, you have the reinforced RCC or DRCS, right? There you are designing the sections, columns, beams, and slabs. There you are designing. But in engineering, you will study the structural analysis also. And in MTech, you have the in detail again different methods and different softwares we are studying in the MTech level. Any more questions? Brilliant, Mehboob Nagar. Second year. I can see second years also, third years also, final years also. Very good. So you can make my make note of my email ID and phone number so that you can reach me later also. So that we can conclude or we can close the sessions. Thank you all of you for participating. I'm stopping here. Okay. You can exit also.